Now we in the house. We out the hood. But at the same time, I know what the hood life is. So nobody can tell me, oh, you just acting like that, man. You looking down on brothers, and you know what I'm saying? Just because you got this, fam. You have an issue with your own insecurities. That has nothing to do with me. You mad because you ain't making moves. I made moves, bro. I put in the work. I put in the time. I did what I had to do to move my family up out of them horrible conditions.
Welcome to the stream, Ringo TV Reactions. You already done know what it is. Topic today, symptoms of ghetto culture that pretty much is affecting the Black community. Symptoms of ghetto culture that is affecting the Black community. You know, what I realize in life is that a lot of us, we don't want to do better. We try to shame people that actually want to do better. What I want to talk about are the symptoms of ghetto culture that affects you even if you leave the ghetto. We're talking about symptoms of this toxic poison that will follow you even if you move out the hood. A lot of us like to defend hood culture because ghetto culture has affected our lives to the point where we're ashamed to live the abundant life. Ghetto culture will make you feel ashamed to speak about ghetto culture out of fear of being attacked, hated, ridiculed by family members, friends, colleagues, social media, court of public opinion. Ghetto culture will make you hate me because I'm speaking the truth. Imagine, you could be a man or a woman who lived in the hood your whole life. And then when you're doing greater things, when you excel in life, you'll get people saying stuff like, oh, you looking down on people. When did I ever say I'm looking down on people? That's your insecurities speaking. You mad because you still struggling. So because I left the ghetto, because I'm not associated with the Black community, you mad at me because you're lazy, because you don't want to get off your ASS and make any sort of moves. You ain't stacking no bread. You're not focusing on your purpose. This is all I've been doing throughout the years. This is all I've been telling you. And now that the results come in, you mad at me. You're not happy for me. You're not congratulating me. I got people DMing me saying, oh, you think you're better than us because of X, Y, and Z, because you got a little house and a little car. See, that's the hatred. That's the jealousy. That's the poison. That's the envious spirit of ghetto culture. And a lot of you experience that type of stuff. And I'm going to be talking about other topics. I'm going to try to keep these things separate from this particular video, but there's a lot of things that I want to talk about concerning these things. One of the toxic poisons of ghetto culture is that our people do not like to see another Black man or woman excel in life in any capacity. Once you prosper or excel in life, they're gonna hate you. This is why I teach people to roll solo, because you need to be around other people that are prosperous like you, that understand that there is more to life than living in the hood, talking about ghetto culture, drinking Henny all day and smoking weed. You understand? There's more to life than standing in front of the projects, you and all your mans in them, and y'all blasting drill music all night when people got to get up in the morning to work. Nobody don't want to hear that poison. But that's what you get in ghetto culture. It's a lifestyle of dysfunction where people are playing music all hours of night. People are smoking. You got to breathe in the weed. You got to breathe in their cigarettes. You got pissy elevators. And you grow accustomed to this life because you figure, well, this is just how the black community is. You know, I'm from the hood. I'm representing my hood. And it's toxic. It's not nice. It's not clean. But you've trained yourself to enjoy that type of life. And then when someone speaks about it, the first thing you do is you say you're putting people down. How am I putting you down when you pissing in your own elevator? How am I putting you down when you throw trash out your own window and the cleanup guys have to come in and clean it? See, out in New York, right? When I worked for the agency of New York City Housing Authority, right, NYCHA, when I worked for that agency and I started out back in the day, I was what is known as a caretaker. The job of a caretaker, and shout out to all the caretakers of New York City Housing Authority. They're the hardest working group of people in New York. Unfortunately, they don't get the kind of pay they deserve. But shout out to the caretakers. The caretaker's responsibility is to make sure that housing developments are clean. They're responsible for the trash detail, mowing the lawn, taking care of the compactors, dealing with all the trash, sweeping down the buildings, mopping the buildings, making sure everything is on point. And the thing is, what makes their job even more difficult is the ninjas. It's not that, the caretakers are not doing their job or they're not cleaning up fast enough. The problem is ghetto culture don't teach ninjas how to be clean. So what they do is the women, because they having all these babies out of wedlock in the hood, rather than taking their dirty diapers from their children and put them in what is known as the hopper. Those of you in New York in the projects, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're supposed to put it in the hopper. They don't do that. They throw the diapers out the window. So in the side of the window, as a caretaker, if you watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. You got to be cleaning up all these dirty diapers full of ish because these ladies are so toxic. They don't know how to properly manage their own trash. Then you got the brothers throwing Henny bottles out the window. You got to clean up all these bottles, soda cans, Chinese food restaurant, styrofoam containers. You got to clean up all of this mess as a caretaker. So day in and day out, this building is disgusting and dirty. Why? Not because white folk live there. It's because our people don't know how to live civilized lives. And when we try to teach on these issues, instead we get attacked. Instead, I'm the bad guy for speaking the obvious. See, I came from that environment, so I know what it is. Not only did I came for that environment, but I worked in those locations back in the day as a caretaker. And then eventually, I upgraded in the agency, got promoted to an HPT. Those of you in housing, you know what I'm talking about, heat and plant technician. Then from there, I moved up and became a maintenance worker in the heating department. And then the so-called pandemic hit, and I didn't take that thing. So eventually I had to go. So lo and behold, I know what ghetto culture is because I've always been in the hood. See, when you in New York, you're going to be raised in the hood, whether it's the projects, whether it's Flatbush, whether it's in Canarsie, wherever it is, you in the hood. Doesn't matter. Well, I got a house in Canarsie. You in the hood. It doesn't matter where you are. You understand? Because all your friends live in the projects. So it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to be in the poison. So the poison of our people, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth because when you give them the truth, you become enemy number one. And what I find by experiencing different things in life is I can see the difference between the ghetto culture and actually living life. I can see the difference. I can see the things that I was missing out on. I can see the things that I haven't experienced. And now that I'm in a different position in life, I can speak on it in a broader spectrum because I see the results and I know what I'm talking about. But sadly, in the Black community, you're not allowed to speak the truth. Because if you do, you get labeled as you're looking down on people. You're putting people down. This is what they love to say. How can I put you down when you're down already? You should be listening to me for the encouragement. Why? Because if I was already there and now I'm not, you should want to be listening to somebody that can inspire you to think better, because ghetto culture is a way of thought. It's not necessarily the place of where you live. It's how you think. And a lot of people that's in the hood, they're not thinking about elevating themselves because life has become a microwave. You understand? Life has become a microwave, so everything is conveniently given to them. Like I said, the liquor store is right down the block. You go to any hood, any projects, any location in the Black community, you will find a liquor store. You will find several Chinese restaurants. You will have the Arab store, and you'll have many Asian salons and various other places to make everything convenient for you while you're in your captivity. So when I speak on these issues, fam, a lot of you folks out there have to begin to listen critically so that you can learn. The things that I'm seeing out here, the way in which I'm seeing people live, the way in which I see life, I am telling you, you are in a fucking prison in the hood. You are in a prison. No doubt about it. You are not living life. You think you are, but you're not. You're just existing. See, I've been telling y'all for years that I'm trying to get out of New York. I've been telling you that for a long time. See, before I even got out of New York, I was already on point. I was already in position to relocate. I've been in a position to relocate. But due to the mindset of the convenience of having everything readily available to you, it's kind of difficult to separate from that which is toxic. It's just like being at a 9-to-5 and the Most High told you, it's time to go. It's time to quit. But because you want that paycheck, because you're afraid of what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, you decide to stick around with the job. Even though the job is toxic, you can't stand your coworkers, supervisor's crazy, you remain at the job. That's a problem. That's what ghetto culture do. See, ghetto culture is not just you outside being a thug, wilding out, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. No, you could be a person who is following all the rules and yet still be affected by the symptoms of ghetto culture. So what I want to talk about is some of these symptoms. One of the symptoms that you will be affected by from ghetto culture, they want you to be ashamed for doing better. They want you to be ashamed for bettering yourself. Now, I understand usins enough to not waste my time with a bunch of jealous degenerates that are angry because I made the choice to do better. Imagine that. You're trying to do better and your own people are not happy with that. See, when I was in the hood and I spoke on these topics, nobody cared. How many videos on my platform? I have over 2,000 plus videos. And all I've done is speak on these particular issues. Nobody cared while I was in the hood. Nobody cared when I said, yo, I'm out in these streets. Nobody cared because they figure you in the hood, you're one of us. But the minute I leave, all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy now. All of a sudden, I'm putting people down. But when I was speaking on all these issues, when I was in the hood, nobody accused me of putting anybody down. It is when I'm no longer there that I'm now being accused of putting people down. How could I put you down and I don't even know you? Have I spoken of anybody's names? I'm speaking about real issues affecting our people, and my own people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. So one of the symptoms is they want you to be ashamed for doing better. How many of you who was once in the hood, once in the projects, you moved out, got yourself a house, moved to a different community, whether you got a house or apartment in a better environment, if you escaped the ghetto, how many of you felt a sense of shame from family and friends when you try to talk about the good things you're experiencing now, the peace that you have, the fresh air you're able to breathe, the fact that you're able to get up in the morning and just walk outside on your porch and just kind of look around and know that everything is good. You don't have to worry about anybody breaking in your car. You don't have to worry about anybody robbing your packages in front of your house, because that's what happens in the ghetto. In ghetto culture, in the black community, to be quite frank, if Amazon came and put a package in front of your door and you're not home, somebody will steal your package. If Amazon leave a package for you in the projects and they put it downstairs by the mailbox, I can guarantee you somebody in your building will steal your package. Even though the name on the box is not their name, this is what they'll do. Why? There's no culture in terms of morals, values. None of that is there. It's dog eat dog. It's cutthroat. If they find your wallet, they keeping it. Nobody's gonna knock on your door. Hey, I found your wallet. You can forget about it. If you park your car outside, chances is it might get keyed. Somebody might try to rob your rims. It's just really, really bad. And I don't understand for the life of me, how could anybody look at me as if though I'm trying to put somebody down if you are under these conditions, as if though I don't know what I'm talking about when I've been there. See, that's the problem. That's like going into military. You've been through 2 different wars, 2 different tours, and for whatever reason, you come back home and you're telling the young brothers what it was like to be in the war, but they don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear the fact that you're a general. You've been there, you've done that. You're trying to school them on what's going on, but they close their ears. They don't want to hear anything. And it just makes you realize, like, look, man, like, y'all don't want no help, bro. See, to each his own, man. People don't understand. If it don't apply, let it fly. I already told you already in my last video. There's a lot of people in the hood that work, go to the 9 to 5, they stacking bread. They already have their plan of escape. A lot of you folks out there that are on that frequency, you got to stay the course. If you're that kind of brother and sister and you're in the projects and you stacking bread at your 9 to 5 and you already have your plan of escape, my videos is not about you. At the same time, you can still take encouragement from that. My video is about the degenerates, the toxic nature of the ghetto culture, how it is designed to keep us back, how it's designed to hold you steady in a world of confusion. A lot of you that are planning on moving out the hood, all your friends that are in the hood do not want to see you go. They don't. This is why anytime you try to talk about your plans, they get upset or they change the subject. Why? Because they want you to feel ashamed. They don't want you to feel good about leaving. They want you to be ashamed for doing better. And the minute you talk about any of these issues in the black community, they will begin to look at you as someone who is mistreating people or putting people down, or you're just discouraging, or you think you're better than anybody. Let me tell you something about this better stuff, right? Um, if you gotta walk 13 miles to work and I gotta drive and I get there in 20 minutes, I'm doing better than you. I could care less how you feel about that. See, nobody's gonna make me feel ashamed for prospering or making good decisions in my life to live a better life, to provide a better life for me and my family. I could care less how you feel. You understand? You're not gonna make me humble myself to the point where I am afraid to prosper. I'm afraid now to talk about the greatness of what I'm experiencing. I'm not gonna fall in that category. And that's what people love to do. And a lot of you experience that. The minute you got out of the hood and you got a house, a condo, whatever the case is, and you're doing better, you're gonna have people that's gonna accuse you, right? They're gonna try to shame you by saying, oh, you think because you got a little car and a little house, you know what I mean? You think you better than everybody now. You over here looking down. You need to tell them, yo, I'm doing better than you, bro. Way better. Get mad because you're really mad at yourself because you don't want to put in no work. You want somebody to hand everything to you. No, it takes work to get out of these environments because the environment is designed for you to stay for the rest of your natural life. Listen, the only way you are going to understand what I'm saying is when you get out. See, I already knew getting out of the hood was going to be way better. I already knew that because I know people that have nice homes, you know, that invited me and made me see different things and, you know, opened me up to different ways of life to the point where when I went back to the hood, man, I was like, look, I got to go. I got to go, fam. I got to go. Imagine being invited to a friend's house and you walk into his house and just his kitchen and dining area is bigger than your entire place. Imagine going into somebody's nice house and their bathroom is bigger than your bedroom. And you're being exposed to this wonderful way of life, and you're exposed to the nice backyard, and you know what I mean, you got the trees and the plants, and you know that dog is able to go outside, and you're looking at all of this stuff, and you're like, man, wow. And then you go back to the hood and you in your apartment or whatever the case is, and you're like, I gotta go, man. I gotta get out of this, man. I gotta do better, bro. I gotta start making better decisions. I gotta start to stack some bread. I gotta get my credit right. I gotta start talking to people. This is why you gotta know people. This is why you gotta have relationships with people that have established a way of life where you can literally connect with them and be like, look, bro, I'm trying to elevate, fam. Like, look, I see where you at. You know I'm in the hood. You know what I mean? I'm trying to elevate, bro. Like, you got any encouragement, man? Like, things I should be focusing on, man? Because, see, one thing you cannot be is a person who's so stuck up, you cannot get advice from people that are already out. You know what I mean? This is why a lot of you brothers need to get on point. Because a lot of these black women, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of these black women are getting ahead of you brothers, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now. A lot of these black women are getting houses. They are getting themselves together. They moving out of them hoods. They are establishing themselves. And it's a damn shame that you got a bunch of men in the projects just sitting around while the sisters, they already done got their plan. They already got their plan on what house they getting, what car they buying. They getting their credit right. They making moves. While you brothers are sitting there playing these little games thinking you're going to be a rapper one day. Talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the studio, you know what I mean? I'm out here in these streets, you know what I mean? No, you better get your credit right, bro. You better establish some credit. You better go out there and get a job. You better go out there and get yourself together because what you're trying to do is wait for a sister to come along so she could put you in her house. Because that's how it is in ghetto culture. In ghetto culture, a lot of the men, they really don't want to do nothing with themselves. They're essentially looking for a woman. Not to marry, to take care of, and have children. They're looking for a woman who will provide a certain lifestyle for them. See, the roles have been reversed, whereas a woman should be looking for a man who is going to establish himself, better himself, to provide a life for her and the kids. Instead, now men are looking for a woman who makes six figures. You got men, because of the ghetto culture, they're looking for women. A lot of you ladies don't even realize this. The dude that's trying to holler at you, you might think, oh, he just want to smash. He just wanted this. No, no, no. It's not even about smashing no more. You got dudes from the hood that are trying to hook up with women that are getting the bag. That way they got that financial security in you. That's ghetto culture. You see what I mean? So you got to really understand how to move, because if not, you might get caught up in the mix. So number one, they want you to be ashamed for doing better. And I know the chat is going. I'm not even reading the chat. I'm just working. I'm just here to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? You just talk with the audience. Y'all do what y'all got to do in the chat. My job is just to speak and put the truth out there, and y'all leave y'all comments and talk amongst yourselves, because we have to have these conversations. Number two, they have a poverty spirit even if they don't live in the hood. A lot of us have a poverty spirit even if we move out, because we're ashamed. We don't want people to think that we're doing well. This is where the I'm better than you accusations get given to you. Now, before we move further, I want to make you see a couple of things so that you can understand the magnitude of the problem, so that, we're all on the same point, right? So what I'm going to do, take this camera and I'm going to flip the screen so you can see a couple of things, right? So now what we're looking at is my computer monitor in front of me. I'm in the kitchen. The studio is not done yet. I want to read a couple of things here for you to see what's going on, to show you how ghetto culture will affect you, right? So now, and I apologize for the handshake. It is what it is, right? A woman comes into my comments on my last video, right? She says, wow, I have so many feelings about this. I'm from Harlem and would never drag my community or the culture that taught me life skills that I use every day. Now, see, that's a problem. That's a problem, because why? She's saying that she would never drag her community, which means she's assuming that's what I'm doing, that I'm dragging the community. She claims that, she's from Harlem and would never drag my community or the culture that taught me life skills that I use every day. There is really no culture in the Black community. I don't know what culture she's talking about, but she says, granted, there are a certain set of circumstances living there that I was not all right with. So working hard to get out, that was in 93. I realized that everyone won't make it based on their mindset. Notice what she said, mindset, right? But yet people have a problem with me, and I'm trying to teach y'all about the ghetto culture mindset, right? And that's okay for them. No, it's not okay for them. How could you say, listen, how could you say it's okay for them? How could you say it's okay for them if they're in the hood and they're not going to make it out? How could that be okay for them? Does that make any sense? And see, ladies and gentlemen, you got to think about this. All I'm doing is speaking truth, fam. And you got people that are coming into the live, man, and they're just angry, bro. They're literally just angry. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. They don't want to see us prosper. They don't. They don't want to see us prosper. They get mad if you speak the truth. Why? Because they're still in that condition. They're still in the ghettos. So If you're out of the ghetto and you speak about hood culture, they figure, well, you're not supposed to talk about it because you're no longer here. You think you're better than us. Listen, I'm doing better than you. So it would be in your best interest to listen so that you can learn something. Because I'm going to tell you something about the other nations. The other nations know how to move and shake and open up doors and do a lot of different things that a lot of you folks in the hood are not privy to. They understand how to start businesses. They understand how to budget. They understand what to do in order to get that house. They understand how to get out of debt. They understand all of that stuff. Matter of fact, back in the day, true story, no cap, I remember as a teenager when I didn't know nothing about credit, right? I got my first credit card and I ran up a crazy debt of about 15 bands, right? I thought it was free money. I was a teenager, young and dumb. And I'm out there shopping, taking my friends shopping. We all in Macy's. I'm buying everybody clothes. I'm just wilding, right? And I had to file for bankruptcy, right? Now, what ended up happening is before that happened, right? What was crazy was I had the debt, right? I had the debt, and I remember there was a particular creditor that was coming after me, right? I think it was Discover Card or something along those lines. And they were sending me, the threatening emails, harassment phone calls. You got to pay this or we're coming for you. We're going to do all of this garnishing. We're going to come for you, right? I wanted to figure out how to deal with the issue because they wanted to take us to court and get their money, right? I was struggling. I think I was about 18, 19, somewhere around there, struggling and whatnot. And I can recall the creditors they was pretty much taking us to court. I wanted to figure out how to make this debt go away. I go searching on YouTube. Well, not YouTube. What do you call it? What's that site, man? There was a site that you could search for stuff for, man. I forgot what in the world the name is, man. It was a site where you could get advice. Let's just say that. I don't remember the exact site. I'm not sure if it was MySpace or what space. I'm not sure what site it was. But you could get advice. And I could recall a white guy. He was in the chat. It had to be a public forum or something along them lines. He was giving advice, legal advice. He said, when you go to court, when the creditor come, right, and he is trying to get you to pay the debt, what you tell the court, the judge and everybody, you say, look, could you provide the contract or the document, the original contract that I made with this creditor? He said, just say that, something along those lines. What the judge and everybody's going to do is they're going to ask the creditor, whoever is control of the debt, to provide that documentation. The white man said, if they're unable to provide that information, they're going to throw the debt out. In other words, you have to provide the original contract, meaning the burden of proof is on the collector. What the white man taught me is what these collection agencies do is when you're in debt, they sell your debt to another creditor. They sell your debt to someone else literally for nothing. And when you're getting harassments, you thinking it's your original creditor that's coming for you. They already sold the debt. So what happens is when the new creditor is coming for payment and you are in court and you let the judge know, look, I don't recall making a contract with this person. Could they provide the original document that I made an agreement with them? If they can't provide that in court, the judge is going to throw everything out. And I was able to cancel a lot of debt by using that method. And that's white folk for you. See, in the hood, in ghetto culture, they don't know that. So you'll sit there struggling with a debt that you could literally cancel overnight if you had the knowledge. And that's what I'm trying to show you, is when you're around different groups of people, you're able to get certain information that you're not privy to. Because ghetto culture will teach you, well, I just got to pay the bill. I understand you ran up a debt, but at the end of the day, there are methods and ways to get out of certain situations. You know? So I want you to think about these things, because a lot of folks are getting upset because I'm speaking the truth about these situations. You know? Ghetto culture is toxic. It's not good. It's not healthy. Stop looking at anyone that speaks truth as if though they putting you down. I don't know you. I don't know you. I haven't called your name. So why would you be salty? Right? Let's get back to this comment from this lady, man. Right? So she talks about leaving the ghetto or whatever the case is in 93. She says, I realize that everyone won't make it based on their own mindset, and that's okay for them. No jealousy or hating on you. I've been a homeowner since 2005 and drive a new car. Notice how she had to tell us that she's been a homeowner and drive a new car, because that's exactly what it all is about. Everybody is so concerned with being a homeowner and driving a new car to prove that they're not envious or jealous. Listen, people, you can have people that own a house, drive a car, a better car than you, and still be jealous and envy of you. I've seen it, right? So she says, drive a new car. It's a big deal to me only. Every community have a level of circumstances that you have to deal with. Racism, car break-in, property break-in, etc. No one's immune from circumstances that they live in. It's the mindset to won't do better. I don't have to drag the neighborhood. I can just leave. Now notice what she says, drag. So in her mind, I'm dragging the black community by speaking the truth. You understand what I'm saying? I don't get that, bro. Like, it's not making any sense. But it is what it is, man. Let me see what else we got here. She says, another thing is, I didn't outright buy my home and car with no notes or mortgage. Then I'm still supporting the YouTube man's lifestyle. So I could never get on these people platforms and think because I could do better for myself that I'm better. So congratulations to you and your family. I could see your excitement and feel your energy when you gave the tour of your house and car that told me that you was not used to these things, and that's okay. I'm sure you will be just fine. Notice the sarcasm in her comment, that because I gave a tour of the house that I'm not used to these things, just like she wasn't used to living in a house from before 2005. Isn't that crazy how she's just like trying to throw shade? Oh, you're not used to this, as if though she always been in her own house. This is what I mean, people, about ghetto culture. Even if you own a house, the ghetto culture is still inside of you, bro. Because in her mind, I'm dragging the black community by speaking on the truth. Ain't that something? But I got more. Hold on a second. Right? Because I had to respond to a couple of these people. Right? Somebody here says, I totally agree. Some people get things in life and instantly look down on the next. Do you see what they're doing? So they're basically saying that I'm looking down on people by speaking truth. Ain't that something? Person says, I totally agree. Now they agree with the woman, right? Some people get things in life and instantly, let me try to get this straight. and instantly look down on the next. It's not about materials. Fam, let me tell you something, man. When I hear people say that dumb stuff about it's not about materials, stop lying, stop the cap. It's about materials. It's about living better. It's about driving nice, living nice, having nice clothes, having money in the bank. Anybody that says it's not about materials, you have a poverty mindset. It's just that simple, right? So, person goes back, she says, some people aren't strong enough not to become a product of their environment. But we don't know what's in their future. We don't know the end of their destiny. Malcolm X was once a drug user, thief, etc. Who cares? In my mind, I don't even know why she's bringing that up, because that has nothing to do with the issue here. God knew his destiny while he was still in his mother's womb. People shouldn't knock others. Now notice what they're doing. They're basically saying that I knocked others. That's what they're saying. When have I knocked others? I don't know you. Why do you feel like somebody's knocking you? That's because you're insecure. You're insecure about your own issues. It has nothing to do with me. The truth bothers you because it's like a mirror. And to see me pretty much take my family out of a crazy environment, crazy situation, and now I'm able to speak on these issues with conviction because I have the results. I'm not just talking, I have the results. Now you're upset. And you look at me as if though I'm looking down on you. When I came from the same environment, when I came from the same areas. But you don't see that. All you see is the new house, and that's all you see. So in your mind, I always been here. You never seen me in videos talking flashy like, yeah, man, I'm in the condo, I'm over here. I always said I'm in the hood. I don't got no shame, bro. I'm in these streets. When you from New York, it gives you a certain balance of life. Even if you grow up in the hood, there's certain things and certain traits you learn in the streets that make you appreciate things when you get it. You know what I mean? So it goes back to what I said. There's good and then there's bad. You got to have a balance. Like New York would make you not trust nobody. New York would make you be on edge, have you kind of looking over your shoulder every minute because that's just the way you're taught. So you got to know how to balance it out when you come to different environments. Like if you come to a nice suburban community, you know, you'll be on edge because you don't trust nobody because of your New York, you know, way of life. So you got to know how to adjust. And I'm not saying to just trust people, but my point is you got to know how to balance it out. You don't want to be mean and stuck up because that's what New York teach you. New York teach you to be a mean-hearted person. You know what I mean? So you got to know how to balance out those spirits so that you're not going to be out here mistreating people that mean you no harm, right? So now let's get back to the comment, right? You can see there's a lot of hate in the comment because the person says people shouldn't knock others just because they get blessed in life. So basically what they're saying, translation, Ringo is knocking other people because he got a house and a new car. That's crazy, man. That's and you know, this is what hood culture do. This is the symptoms of hood culture. It make people hate you for doing better, right? So she says, folks should pray for them, not disparage them. True blessings lie from love, the love shared to others. Man, this is crazy. Because now the person is basically saying that folks should pray for them. I'm not praying for nobody in the hood, bro. What am I praying? Listen, what am I praying? What am I praying for people in the hood for? What am I praying for? Pray? No. How about you get off your ASS and put in some work? The The Bible says if a man don't work, he shall not eat. I had to get tired of the conditions I was in to put in the work to relocate. You understand? Now, I could have stayed. I wasn't lacking nothing in terms of food, clothing, etc., etc. I wasn't lacking nothing while in the hood. But what I was technically lacking, if I can say anything, is peace. And that you cannot buy. You understand what I'm saying? That is what I was lacking. New York was a very toxic environment. It's too fast-paced, the migrant crisis. Just the other day, you had an issue with a shootout between the migrants and the police in New York. I'm pretty sure those of you out there, you heard about it, right? Where the migrants and the police is shooting each other. It's crazy. You got the drugs, the gangs, constant robberies, killings, shootings. Who wants to be around that? Who wants to be around that with kids? Who want to raise their children in such an environment where you can't even send your kids outside to play because you got to worry about people shooting? That's toxic. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I want it better. So for some of you, you're going to have to get mad enough and really get tired of where you are in order to start make those moves. So my hope is that I'm able to encourage you. Those of you that hate me because I'm speaking the truth, you have personal issues with your own insecurities. Has nothing to do with me. And I can care less how you feel about me in terms of, oh, you think you're doing better because you did. I am doing better than you. So don't get mad at me. You understand? See, one thing about me is I always recognize when somebody doing better. I always had friends that lived in beautiful homes. Always. And when I would visit them, I would be looking around. I'm like, yo, bruh. Yo, man. Yo, you living real good, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm struggling, man. But, man, it's good to know you, man. Like, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? You be inviting me over to the crib. I can see the house, man. You got a pool in the backyard, man. Yo, one of these days, man, I'm gonna have that, man. Like, for real, man. And I was always one that knew that my friends were doing better. I had friends that moved out the hood 20 years ago, doing way good. You know what I mean? Way good, bro. And I always used their situation as encouragement. I wasn't hating on them. Oh, they think they better than me. I knew they were doing better than me. They didn't have to tell me. I could look at their situation and know they're doing better than me. I already told y'all the story back in the day. Because I went to an all junior high school, all white junior high school all white, you know what I mean, predominantly white in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, right? Those of you who know the schools in Brooklyn, Dyker Heights Junior High, predominantly white. New Utrecht High School, you already done know, predominantly white school. You got black folk there, but predominantly white, right? So I remember when I was in junior high, you know what I mean, the white boys that we hanged around. In order for us to hang around the white guys back in the day in school, you had to know how to play basketball. So if you're a white dude, there's three reasons why I'm hanging with you, right? You're a musician. If you play the guitar, if you played any musical instrument and you're white back in the day, I thought you were cool, right? If you played basketball and you're very good, got that good jumper, easily you hanging with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? We automatically accept you in. If you're a white dude and pretty much you're into video games and whatnot, you're down with us. You know what I mean? We're talking about when we were teenagers. That's how we pretty much judge you. If you was good with the hands on the court, it is what it is. You can hang with us. So we would hang around certain white boys from school, and I remember they invite us. We all playing hooky. They said, yo, we invite you to the house. When I went to their house, fam, I couldn't believe it. We're talking about mini mansions, beautiful homes. The bathrooms are probably the size of a master bedroom. No cap, no kidding. They got a pool room, pool outside. It's I think it's like 2.5 story home. large homes, large bedrooms, high ceilings. I mean, the masterworks. And when I was exposed to this type of culture and lifestyle, and I came back to the hood, you know, it was a shock. It was a shock for me because I couldn't believe where I was really living. And I remember I invited the white boys and them to come over to our crib to play video games. And when they came in, it was like, why your ceiling is so low? Why your ceilings aren't high? I can't breathe. And I was like, man, this is crazy. I couldn't believe it. And the white boy was always raised in a beautiful home. He was never raised in an apartment in the hood. So for him, he's looking at me like, why am I living like this? And it was like a shock thing. He wasn't looking down on me. It was more or less like he was raised in that environment. For example, some of you black folk that are listening, you were always raised in a house. It's not like you were in an apartment somewhere in cities. You were raised in a house. So for you, sometimes you look at certain situations because you're so accustomed to the manicured lawn. You're accustomed to the country life. You're accustomed to the big old house and the barn and the land. You're accustomed to that life because you were raised in it. You're not looking down on anybody. This is the way you've always been. So when you hear about the ghetto, the hood, it's like for you, you're like, what in the world is that? So it's like you have to end up getting friends just so that you can see what that lifestyle is like. And when you see what it's like, that's when you begin to realize like, man, I've been privileged my whole life and didn't even know. That's what it is with a lot of you. You've always been in environments that were good. So for you, it's a shocker when you see what the hood is like. You ever see these videos on YouTube where you have a guy walking around with a camera talking about he's taking you to the worst projects in New York City? Fam, they exploiting y'all, man. Y'all should never even let those type of people in, because when they come to the hood, they getting paid from exploiting you. Now think about this, fam. I've always been in the hood. You never seen me pick up a camera walking around the hood talking about, let me go to the most dangerous projects in the hood. You never seen me do stuff like that. That's called exploiting the people. You have a lot of white boys that like to do that. They'll go to the hood with their cameras talking about they going to the most dangerous hood in Brooklyn, going to Brownsville, some of the most dangerous projects there is in Brooklyn, going to Bed-Stuy, we're going here, we're going to film, and they in the project, they like this, like, yeah, man, let me speak to the people, and you have a bunch of goons on the camera, like, yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? In the hood, you know what I'm saying? It's how we is in these streets, looking mad dumb on camera. Imagine that. You got somebody who's not even from the hood, up in the hood with a camera, filming y'all, exploiting y'all, and y'all on camera thinking this is something sweet. Talking about, yeah, man, this hood is wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all about my hood, man. We be catching bodies, you know what I'm saying? Police out here, they be wilding, and you proud of this nonsense. How the heck you proud to be on camera talking to a white guy about how dysfunctional your community is, and you think that's something good? Bro, something wrong with y'all, man. That's embarrassing, fam. I would never be on camera talking to a person who don't even live in this community telling me about, oh, what it's like to live in the ghetto, in the hood, in the projects. And then you out there telling him all the dirt that's going on in your city. Like, it's crazy, bro. But this is what happens with ghetto culture. You begin to be proud of where you are. This is my hood. What hood, bro? Everybody killing each other. Drugs are everywhere. Piss is in the elevator. Those of you that live in the projects, you know what I'm talking about. The piss be in the elevator, fam. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And again, shout out to everybody in the hood. Shout out to everybody in the projects. I know what that's like, bro. So stop looking at me like I'm some outsider, like I don't know what the hell is going on, fam. I'm originally from Brooklyn. I already done know what it is. Listen, I already done been to the promised land. I know what it's like. I can look at the circumstances and look back where I was and know it's not right, fam. These kids want to go outside and play and can't even go play in the hood because they got to worry about getting shot. Where I'm at right now, people can send their kids outside. Their kids is running around the street. Their kids is playing on the lawn. They ain't worrying about somebody coming by to do a drive-by. They're not worrying about somebody stealing. You're not worrying about nobody breaking in your car. No, you ain't worrying about none of those things, bro. Like, I literally can just be at peace, fam. Whereas when I was in New York, you know, you take your kids to the playground. You got to be quick. You got to be like, look, all right, enough playing. Let's head on back to the house, man. Why? Because you don't want to be there at a certain time. Because if it's the weekend, people start drinking, and before you know it, you know, somebody getting shot, guns are blazing, and you got to deal with the BS. Police are always pulling up. I mean, come on now. Who wants to keep living in those type of environments, fam? Y'all keep looking at everybody as though they putting you down. Nobody's putting nobody down, man. I'm trying to inspire you, man. Because with what I'm experiencing, it's amazing, bro. Like, for example, yesterday, bro. Yesterday was the best day I've ever had, bro. Yesterday was the best day I ever had, fam. Y'all know I'm into my scooters, man. Y'all know I'm into my scooters, high performance, fast scooters. Y'all know I'm into these things, right? Out here, man, it's open roads, bro. Open roads, smooth roads, no potholes, no traffic lights. The traffic lights are only at certain points. But for the most part, it's open roads, bro. So what I did is I'm trying to get to know the city by scooter, and I wanted to go to Home Depot to pick up some stuff. So, you know, I made my order, did my thing, and, you know, formed out a map to go there with Google Map and whatnot. I recently purchased a pair of earbuds and a cell phone mount for my scooter so I can use the navigation system so I can be able to move. I didn't have that yesterday, but I figured out how to get to the Home Depot. I think it's about 18 miles from where I'm at. So that scooter ride to the Home Depot was the best scooter ride I ever had, bro. It was the most fun I've ever had because during the process of going to Home Depot, I'm looking at the scenery. All I'm seeing is land. All I'm seeing is nice homes. You know, everything is clean. Nice. Listen, coming from New York over here, fam, and that ride, bro, yo, it was the most peaceful experience ever, bro. It was the most peaceful experience, man. It's something that was very therapeutic because you're just cruising and I'm hitting like damn near 75 miles per hour on my scooter. But it felt like I was moving slow. But being that it's open roads, I'm speeding and I'm having so much fun. And then when I get to the Home Depot, I get what I have to get, put it in my backpack and whatnot. And coming back home, I understood how to get back. I knew the way. It's like I knew the way, I knew which turn to go because I already mapped it out from when I was home. Turn left on such and such street. There's a fire station there. Turn right when you hit at such and such. There's a cross, you know, a church or whatever the case is. So in my mind, I already had everything played out. And it literally got dark. So it was daytime when I left, but when I was coming back home, it got dark. So imagine riding through these areas, these rural areas at night. There's no headlights. No street lights, no nothing, pitch black, but my scooter's lit. So I can see the whole road. And it was so much fun because it was like an adventure. In New York, I never had that experience. In New York, it's constant potholes and traffic and stopping at lights. You can't really do anything. So I thought that I was missing something because of leaving New York in terms of the parks and different things. So in North Carolina, it's still a discovery. Like I still have to discover a lot of things that is around me because I'm in a particular county and you have to drive out and get out in order to get certain places. So one thing that I really like is that the ride to Home Depot is a lot of fun. Not only that, once you get to the Home Depot, the Walmart is right around the corner. Lowe's is nearby. So it's like a lot of the things that I'm accustomed to is within reach. And for me, that is a plus because it allows me to have fun on my scooter and shop at the same time. And because of the environment, fam, I could just leave my scooter right there outside. Nobody's robbing the scooter, bro. Nobody's gonna try to steal the scooter. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I can leave it right there and go in the store. And nobody's tampering with it. But in hood culture in the ghetto, if you leave it there, somebody's watching it. Somebody's plotting. Fam, the other night, right? No cap, real story. The other night we went to Home Depot and I had dropped a brand new pack of batteries, right? Because when we came in, it was nighttime and I was unpacking the vehicle. The batteries must have dropped outside somewhere. Brand new pack of batteries, right? I'm searching the house. I'm like, man, where are the batteries, bro? Can't find the batteries. So I reordered. That's one of the reasons why I went to Home Depot, because I made an order. When I got up and I went outside to mow the lawn, I look around the SUV. I see the batteries sitting on the floor. If that was the hood, those batteries would have been gone. Somebody would have took them already. And I'm sure people probably seen it, but they ain't touch it. Why? They figure, oh, that's your property. They're not touching it. That's a beautiful thing. I picked up the batteries and I was in shock because I'm like, if this was New York, the batteries would have been gone. But you get mad at me because I'm speaking the truth. Y'all know what I'm talking about is real. Those of you who live in the hood, you know what I'm talking about. How many times your Amazon package has been stolen? How many times one of your own neighbors steal your packages? I'll wait. Were they white people that stole the packages? No. They look just like you, and they stole your packages. I don't got to worry about that over here. I don't have to worry about that. And I'm not saying everything is perfect. What I'm saying is everything is better. And that's the problem that a lot of people have with me. They think that I'm looking down on people. I'm not looking down on nobody. I'm trying to get your mind right so that you could get out of this ghetto culture. Because again, if you go to my last video and you look at the pinned comment, a lot of the people that are coming in there, it's like they have a problem with me. Let me show you another comment, right? Check it out. Right here, you have a woman. I believe she was in a live chat. She says, "May God help us, Lord. Pride seems to live in everyone who has the air of the public." So what she's basically saying is that I'm full of pride. I'm full of pride because I'm speaking the truth about what's going on. I'm full of pride because I'm excited to elevate and put my family in a better environment. That I'm prideful now. So let me get this straight. As a black man, black woman, if you elevate in life, you're automatically prideful. Ain't that something? You're automatically prideful if you elevate in life. This is what I mean. They don't want you to prosper, y'all. They do not want you to prosper, right? The person said, I'm not going to point it to it again. I'll just read it. The person says, "May God help us, Lord. Pride seems to live in everyone who has the air of the public." In other words, she's talking to me. Yes, we, the descendants of slaves, have had some disadvantages, centuries worth of disadvantages. But by the grace of God, we are able to be here on this land, not having been killed or in prison, unemployed, homeless, sick. The list goes on and on. I'm gonna need other people of color to put some respect on the ancestors that worked the fields, built the communities, manufactured the cars, nursed the sick, cleaned the homes, the offices, the toilets, taught, and white children as their parents couldn't be bothered. Treated badly, made to end of the building from the rear, made to, I guess, exit of the building from the rear of the building, made to sit in the back of the bus, treated less than to date. So for my people, my sisters and brothers, the descendants of slaves, please forgive us if we not risen to the level and what you think we should all be. Notice how she's basically saying to, I don't know, man, these people are bugging out, bro. I never liked finish a statement without some words of encouragement. In other words, I must not be encouraging anyone. Always give God grace and glory. Understand there is nothing that you can have and sustain on your own in this world. God Almighty has got it all in his hands. Bow down, be humble. This is what they want you to do. So once you start to elevate in life, people are going to want you to be humble because they don't want you to enjoy your success. They want you to just hide it. Don't talk about it. Just keep it a secret. We don't want nobody to know. You know what I mean? We don't want nobody to feel, some type of way. Another person came in and says, Ringo, let me let you see this one. This is an interesting one. This person said, Ringo, did you ever think that people thought you were lazy and toxic all the years you spent living in the hood? They probably wondered, I guess, what took you so long to get your family out. Now notice the hate, the evil of that comment. Person says, did you ever think that people thought you were lazy and toxic? That's impossible because I was never lazy. I was always working. I was always on point. Do you understand? Always. Always working, always providing, never toxic. So for you to say that people may have thought that I was lazy and toxic all those years you spent living in the hood. I mean, when you listen to these kind of comments, almost like they're trying to shame you, even though you're not in the hood. They want to shame you. This is what comes from black culture. This is what they do. This is how they try to ridicule you as if though, what took you so long? Well, you have to prosper. You have to stack bread. You have to get credit in order. You have to do a lot of different things. Those of you who know what it takes to move and relocate, we weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. We all go through the struggles in the hood. But at the same time, you cannot make excuses for staying there and struggling. Well, I decided that it's time to go. I could have been left. But when you have kids, they in school, you have the convenience of different things in place, it's very difficult to just get up and walk. My thing is, I was dealing with issues when it comes to not having the peace of mind that I truly desire and deserve. A man of my caliber in the position that I am in life, I don't belong in the hood, especially as a content creator, as a man of influence, as a family man. The environment, as children grow, it becomes more toxic. See, it's one thing when children are babies and they're in the crib and they're not outside. That's one thing. But when children start to grow and then they're in school and going to high school, you start to see the effects of hood culture, ghetto culture affecting your children. And when you start to see that, that's when it gets real. That's when it's like, you know what? I got to get out of here. I got to leave I don't want my daughters growing up in this environment. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, they're gonna go through the revolving door that a lot of you ladies been through. You know, next minute my daughter gonna be with some pookie, you know what I mean? End up pregnant, you know, end up doing things that I didn't teach her to do. See, this all happens by design if you stay in these environments. I'm just giving y'all the real. It doesn't matter what scripture you quote. It doesn't matter how much Bible you know. It doesn't matter, oh, you follow the Most High, all this other stuff. Listen, none of that stuff matter when your kids are outside. When your kids go outside, the devil is going to deal with them. You know what I mean? So all you can do is provide them the necessary resources to put them in a better position in life. So I felt that it was only right to put them in this environment. You know what I mean? Because I want them to have a better outcome than what I had. So hopefully my sacrifices will give them the tools needed to think more clear, put them in an environment where they can make better friends that are not toxic, that are all productive people. Having your children around a productive community is going to be beneficial to their development. So it takes making moves. You know what I mean? But people don't want to see you grow. They want to try to shame you, just like that person's comment. Let's get back to it so we can see some more. So the person said, did you ever think people thought you were lazy and toxic all those years you spent living in the hood? They probably wonder what took you so long to get your family out. Now, notice they're trying to shame you as if though, for whatever reason, you took too long to get out, as if though there's a certain timing or whatever the case is. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense at all. Let me see. Okay, let's get back to that comment, right? So the person says, my point is, don't look at the superficial. Don't generalize. You see the hate? In their mind, I'm generalizing. Listen, if it don't apply to you, why are you worried? There are riffraffs in every community. You got a little something in life, and I'm happy for you. No, you're not. But I'm not being toxic or naive, because I have the wisdom and understanding to know that it's deeper than just being poor. It's deeper than just being on drugs. It's deeper than just being a whole lot of things, right? People in my family have been homeowners since their 20s. Notice how they're trying to justify things and try to make it seem as if though people in their family or whatever the case is. I don't know why they're bringing that up. She says, many still are. Some have lost it all through sickness, deaths of loved ones, and divorce. Some are still living extremely well. Don't let material things cause you to snub your nose at others. Do you see the hate? Do you see the level of hate that I got to deal with? Do you see that? When have I snubbed my nose at people? See, when I was in the hood and I made videos like this, nobody cared. It's when you get out and people can see the results, they get upset with you. That's just how it is, fam. There's no way around that, man. So she says, don't let material things cause you to snub your nose at others. Obviously, this person is very insecure. You don't know their story. You can have it today and it's gone tomorrow. You see what they wish? See, that person wish that I lose the house, lose the car. That's what they wish. That's what they're hoping for, right? She says, life is funny like that. You should pray and ask God for a spiritual awakening. You can read the Bible and still be ignorant. Pray and seek spiritual intelligence. No, what you need to do is stack your bread and get out the house, because being religious is not going to help you. All that religious talk about God and prayer. Listen, with all the praying and all the going to church our people in the ghetto's been doing, where's God? How come God didn't elevate them? Because God ain't doing a damn thing. You got to put in the work. We always waiting for God to send us a mate for marriage. We're always waiting for God to give us a job. God ain't doing nothing. If a man don't work, he don't eat. It's just that simple. Some things in life you got to do. The Most High is not going to do nothing for you that is within reach that you can do. You understand? We become too religious and no earthly good, y'all. You know, they always want to end it with the religious comments about seeking God and you can read the Bible and still be ignorant. First of all, the word ignorant don't mean stupid, because that's what they're assuming. They're using the word ignorant as if though the word ignorant means stupid. The word ignorant does not mean stupid. The word ignorant means uninformed, uninstructed, and unaware. That's what it means. You understand? It don't mean stupid. That's not what it means. It means uninstructed, uninformed, and unaware. So if you're ignorant of something, it means that you're uninstructed, uninformed, and unaware. That's what ignorant means. You know? So let me get back to the steps here, these symptoms. So number one is they want you to be ashamed for doing better. 2, they have a poverty spirit, even if they don't live in the hood. 3, they will accuse you of looking down on people. 4, they will defend ghetto culture to avoid being judged. And a lot of you do that. A lot of you will defend the ghetto because you don't want no one to judge you. You don't want nobody to criticize you, and you want to keep the friends that you have who are still in the hood happy about their conditions, rather than telling the truth about their conditions. And see, this is how toxic the Black community is and why you have to escape. You must escape that environment. It is toxic, and it's going to be to the detriment of your children if you don't. You have to make moves. You have to build yourself up and encourage yourself to step outside the box and make things happen. You know? And it's just really, really sad, man. Absolutely sad how this situation is, bro. You know, you can't prosper and be around Black folk because they're going to get upset. You know, it's to the point where you can't even tell Black folk about your happiness anymore, because once you do that, they get upset. They're never happy for you. They're never happy for you, fam. There's been a lot of folks, a lot of people that look just like me. And I tell them about great things I'm dealing with, and it's like they just avoid me, bro. Literally. I had people who blocked me just for telling them, you know, that it's cool out in North Carolina, and I end up getting blocked, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like when I was in the hood, I got better treatment from people. The minute they see you get out, all of a sudden now they get cold. Now it's like, you think you're better than me, and, you know, I'm doing better than you, bro. I am. So enough of that. You think you're better than me. You're insecure. You're insecure. It's just like if a brother is physically fit and shape and you're obese, he is doing better than you. Own it. He's in better physical health than you. Stop getting mad. It would be better for you to talk to that brother so that he can give you a workout plan, and not only that, a plan on how to diet properly so you could lose weight. It would be better for you to be friends with the people who are getting to the success rather than hating them for being successful. And unfortunately, with our people, it's too much hatred anytime a brother is excelling in life, and it's really sad, man. So these are the symptoms. These are the symptoms that will affect you from ghetto culture. It'll make you defend ghetto culture. You'll fight against people that speak about these conditions. And you'll wish death on them because you don't want to see them succeed. There's people that are angry because I actually got out of New York. They didn't think it was going to happen. They doubted me. Because in their mind, they figured nobody could leave. Now, you could leave. Anybody can leave the hood. Anybody can put in that work and get out of the situation they're in. Anybody can do that. The problem is people would rather just be comfortable in their poverty, go to their 9 to 5, do their 8-hour shift, and then go home and repeat the same process every day. Come on, man. You got to get tired of this, bro. You got to get tired, fam. You got to get tired of the fact of the next door neighbor is upstairs from you blasting music, and the downstairs neighbor is smoking weed and it's coming into your window. That's harassment, bro. That's harassment. Imagine you live in the middle apartment and your neighbor upstairs is blasting music, bro, at all times of the night. And your neighbor below you is smoking weed and cigarettes and it's coming into your window. You can't even keep the window open to get a fresh air because the weed smell is filling up your apartment. That's toxic, fam. That's not good. Like I said, I've been there, fam. I've been in those conditions. I know what I'm talking about, man. So don't get mad at me for speaking the truth. You know? So, hey, if you got these kind of symptoms where you hate people who are prospering, and it's like you try to shame them, make them feel bad for prospering. Like, I had people that tell me stuff like, you ain't have to show that you bought an automobile. You didn't have to show it. You didn't have to show that you went to the dealership. Why are you concerned with me showing it? Because when you show it, it makes them feel bad about their situation. Because they're lazy and they don't want to make no moves. So they try to rain on your parade. How many of you folks just bought a car, just bought a house, just moved into a nice condo, and the people around you are upset about it? They're not happy for you. You told a couple of them about your situation, and they showed no enthusiasm, no excitement, nothing. It's as if though what you said didn't even matter. They didn't even respond to it. You know why? Because they still in the hood. They're not happy that you're out. They're upset. They want you to stay. They did not want you to leave. How sad is that, bro? But anyway, man, we're going to get up on out of here, man. I'm going to get something to eat, get back to work, do what I got to do. I'm going to be building back up the new studio. I got to order some stuff from Home Depot and have them ship it out so I can get down to business. They close at 10, so I'm going to try to put that order through before I close out. That way they can set it up to be delivered tomorrow, because I'm not picking up all of that. I'm getting some lumber and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Some birch plywood, because I'm going to do the floor area in the studio, because the studio room has carpet and whatnot, but I want to put down a platform so I can kind of have the what is that floor lighting that I had before in the older studio when I had the lights on the floor. So I'm pretty much going to do that, but it's going to be on a larger scale because the room is larger than the older one, right? So yeah, I look forward for that delivery so I can get to work. And we're going to be pretty much painting, getting things situated, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of things, man. I'm really looking forward to meeting people in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what the scenery is out here, and trying to do like different type of content. Even if I can like get some people to interview, have like some type of podcast where you have like 2 chairs and, you know, nice setup. I actually ordered some accent chairs, some accent seating to have like a little setup in the living area here, possibly for doing like interview type shows and whatnot. I'm still thinking how I'm gonna do it, but I want to really get that popping, man. So it's a lot of stuff we're gonna be doing, man. So hey, I'm gonna get up on out of here. If you support the show, appreciate you. If you hit the Cash App, appreciate you. Obviously, I can't even see all of that right now, but once I'm gonna set up my computer setup on the other side so I can kind of get some sort of content done in terms of reaction videos and so on and so forth. So for right now, I'm gonna be using the cell phone, kind of get things good. The internet service over here, I'm not really too happy with it. The download speed is great, but the upload speed sucks. Very disappointed with that. Trying to see if there's another service. Verizon Fios is not for this location, so I can't get that. I'm disappointed about that because Fios, you know, it's like the fastest, is #1. I mean, they have other service out there that is fast. I've seen a couple of the other ones, but Spectrum service, they have some issue with their upload speed. Upload speed is poor. It's not good. Especially if you're a content creator, man, you need to upload videos. If the upload speed for the internet service is poor, it's gonna take you forever to upload a video. So it's like, I'm gonna have to do live streams more often. And if I do upload videos, man, it's gonna be like snail mail, man, because the upload speed is bad. It's really, really bad. I'm gonna have to contact the internet provider and talk about that. But like, look, why your upload speed is bad for Spectrum, man. You know, it's not cool. But I'm gonna look into other internet providers. Like I said, the download speed is very fast. It's like almost one gigabyte or whatnot download speed. So that's great for downloading stuff. But the upload speed, man, I don't know why would they have the upload speed so slow. That's a part of social media work. And you know, in my line of work, I need the fastest service. That's why I loved Verizon, because my service was ultra fast, man. So, hey, we're gonna get out of there. I hope the talk inspired you. I hope that it stimulated your mind. I hope it encourages you folks out there that are on your grind to get out of the so-called ghetto culture in the Black community and get into a different situation. So that being said, we're gonna sign out. Peace and blessings to everybody. I'm gonna go get something to eat, get back to work and whatnot. And yeah, I'm gonna put something on the grill tomorrow, fam. That's how you say it in North Carolina. You can't say I'm on barbecue. You gotta say I'm gonna put something on the grill. That's how you gotta say it. So I got the steak right there. I got the steak. I got the chicken already set up, fam. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on a second. You know what I mean? I ain't playing around, man. Told you already, fam. I'm gonna put something on the grill. I got all this stuff right here, fam. And what's so crazy is, let me see. I don't even know if you can see this, fam. Tell you, man, I got the steaks. I got the steaks ready, you know what I'm saying, to put on the grill. You know, I got the chicken. Check it out. Got the chicken here all seasoned up and ready, fam. I'm gonna put something on the grill. You know how it is in the country. I'm gonna put something on the grill. I don't got my laughter tracks with me, man, but you get it. Had a lady in Walmart. She pretty much put me on. She was like, barbecue? She said, we don't say that down here. She said, come a little closer. You got to say it like this. You got to say, I'm going to put something on the grill. That's how you say it. I was like, okay, all right. I don't mind being corrected. So in North Carolina, if you come down here, don't say you're going to have a barbecue tomorrow. Once you say that, they know you're not from out here. Once you say you're going to have a barbecue, they know you came from New York. She knew we were from New York right away. She was like, y'all knew? And he was like, yeah, we came down from New York. She says, I knew. She said, you said barbecue. She said, we don't say barbecue here. You got to say, I'm going to put something on the grill. And you got to make sure you have that country. You got to have that accent in there too. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I'm going to put something on the grill. I'm going to put something on the grill, man. I would do it right now. But, you know, I don't want, you know, to go out there and start cooking right now. But I could turn on the light back there, go through the patio door and just kind of chill. Hey, man, come on, man. I couldn't do that in the hood, bro. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that, bro. I could go and sit right there on the porch and just chill. Couldn't do that before, fam. I don't know why people hating, bro. You supposed to be inspired, man. Supposed to be inspired. Put your plan together. Take action. Don't procrastinate. Don't let nobody hold you back. Don't let nobody discourage you. And just make your moves, man. That's it. Just make your moves. It is what it is, man. Let me see. Somebody said, who this? V Busy B says New York accent never will go away. I've been in North Kakalaki for a while. New York accent is never going away. Yeah, I mean, I can switch up. I have multiple accents, so I can pretty much switch it up. But yeah, the New York accent never gonna go away. You know what I mean? Definitely never gonna go away. I just gotta find the parks. I gotta find out where everybody be at, man. Cause like I said, the area where I'm at, I'm in between. Cause I don't like saying, oh, what area you in. I'm in a very nice neighborhood, very, very upscale, nice neighborhood, clean as heck, bro. I just like it. But at the same time, it's like you have to drive out. Let's just say I'm right next door to Charlotte in a county right around them areas between sort of like the end area of North Carolina leading into South Carolina. But I'm in North Carolina. So, cause you know how it is on social media. They'll be like, oh, you live in that area? Oh, we're gonna come on down over there. Fam, you ain't coming down here. You ain't coming down here. You would never come down here. That would be suicide, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. See, one thing about North Carolina that I like is that the people like their guns. Yeah, people love their guns and their beer. That's one thing I learned. I did the research. So one thing out here is everybody got their guns. And the way these areas are set up, you ain't coming over here. If you don't live here, it's going to be a problem. Just letting you know that. It's not like how it is in New York where you could just walk around different neighborhoods. If you are in this area moving around, there's going to be a problem. If you don't live there, it's going to be a problem. Trust me. The way, and see, that's why I like this, because in all the different areas I've been around in North Carolina in terms of communities, they're set up in a way where you just can't walk there. You just can't walk in those communities and it's kind of, well, I'm just going to walk my dog. No, it don't work like that. You got to respect other people's property. You have to understand the culture of the community. Can't be stuck up. Now, I'm a person who's private, so I don't really like to be talkative. But if somebody speak to me in the neighborhood, in the community, I'm gonna speak back. But in most cases, I'm not really the kind of person who want to be around a bunch of people that I really don't know in terms of just having conversations. I'm too busy. You know what I mean? Maybe later on down the road, but for right now that I just got here, I'm not really interested in that. And I hope that other people, you know what I'm saying, understand that. You know what I mean? I met, one of the neighbors next door to me. You know what I'm saying? I met him. You know what I'm saying? He came over and greeted himself. Spoke to him for a bit. You know what I mean? Kind of chopped it up and whatnot. Spoke to a couple of other people here and there. But for the most part, it's a community that is, you can say it's gated, but it's not really like there's a gate there. But if you don't live there, you can't walk in there. If you do, you better be going to somebody's house that you know. But I like the way the environment is set up. It's set up for you to have peace. And then when you go to work, you drive out and go wherever you got to go. So if you want to go to a park, you got to drive out. What I'm trying to figure out is where people go to bike ride, where people go to just take a stroll in a park, just kind of sit down, get some sunlight, and just kind of chill, walk their dog. You know, those kind of places in North Carolina is what I'm trying to look for. That way, when the summer kick in, I got places I can go to where there's people. Because it's like when you're in a community, the only people you're going to see are the people that's in the community. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy is the area where I'm at, based on the demographics, it's more predominantly Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? It's more predominantly Caucasian folk. You have some black people that live around here, but for the most part, it's predominantly Caucasian people that's out here. So, yeah, I got to locate where the sister's at. That's what it is. Shout out to the New York dad. I see you, bro. Let me see. Yeah, hard work pays off, man. No doubt about that, man. Definitely pays off. You know, a lot of people don't understand the struggle. They procrastinate. They play games. You know what I mean? Even like in your situation, I remember your story with the house situation, and then you got the new house. You know what I mean? And you did that fast. But I know behind that, there's a struggle. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things you had to endure, but still you were able to put your family in a better situation. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean? They keep looking at people that make these moves as if though, you know, oh, you think you better than me. Fam, they are doing better. You know what I mean? And see, if I can go back to your situation, that New York dad, the reason why you were able to move the way you moved and put your family in a better situation so quickly is because you have experience. You have experience doing these things. So for you, it's like, this is normal life. Meaning I know how to do this. A lot of people, they don't want to learn. And when you try to teach people these things, it's like they look at you as if though you're putting them down. And it's not, nobody's putting nobody down. Some people are just accustomed to living in a nice area, you know, so that their family is at peace. There's a lot of people that are accustomed to do that. You have a lot of men out here that's their life mission. They just want their family to be good, man. They don't want no issues. They don't want no drama. I just want my kids to be able to go outside and play and have a good time. And, you know, hey, I just have to have that peace of mind. You know what I mean? So don't get mad at me for wanting better, bro. Like, and I'm speaking to the people that be hating on me because of the situation. So, hey, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I gotta go season the steak. I gotta put it on the grill. I gotta put it on the grill, bro. I gotta put it on the grill. So yeah, it is what it is, man. I can't wait to get back in business with the studio. I gotta order a lot of things, man. It's a lot of things, bro. Like, man, it's amazing, man. It's amazing, bro. What a house will do to you mentally. It's so much things I could talk about, man. It's like I feel like I'm free. I'm free to talk. I'm free to express myself. You know, whereas before I felt like I was locked in, like, you know what I mean? And some people don't understand that, man. You gotta step outside the comfort zone in order to understand what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And those of you out there that are happy for me, you know, I appreciate you folks, man, because a lot of you were raised in certain environments. See, with me, I always been in the hood, and I can say that. Ain't no shame to that, you know what I mean? Some people that's where they came from, what you want them to do, you know what I mean? But you most likely came from a situation where you always lived in a nice area, nice suburban area, on a ranch, nice house. Your parents were doing good for themselves, and you never had to endure these struggles that other people go through. So you're more fortunate, you know what I mean? Whereas you have these values instilled in you. Some of you brothers, you were raised in a house your whole life. So by the time you turn 20, getting a house for you was normal. You get what I'm saying? Like, you getting a house and owning a house or whatever the case is, for you, it's normal because you were raised that way. You know? You never been through those other struggles that other people in the hood been through. You need to be thankful for that, you know? And if anything, try to encourage your friends that are in the hood to get out the hood, because there's things that you know that can help them. You know what I mean? Let me see. Somebody had, shout out to Ray Money for the 10. Appreciate you, fam, for the 10. You know what I mean? Let me see. That's my first time shouting out a super chat while streaming on the phone. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And another thing, fam, a lot of y'all out there, man, when you feeling good about yourself and you're doing well, learn how to bless other people, fam. Learn how to share the love, man. You know what I mean? Learn how to bless other people and do things for them at times, you know. And I'm talking about people out of the woodworks, you know what I mean? Not nothing, nobody that you know personally, but just out of the woodworks. Bless somebody tremendously, because it's going to impact their life greatly. The Most High going to always take care of you. Don't worry about money. The Most High is going to always take care of you if you're on point. If you're on point, the Most High is going to take care of you in terms of making you do things that's going to make you earn. It's going to make you grow. So that being said, salute to the mods in the chat. Salute to all the moderators, Sherelle, B-Dub Man, Sean the Navigator, Rebel for Almighty, Tracy, and Shosha. Salute to all the mods, you know what I mean? All the channel members, everybody that support via the Cash App, everybody that rock with the show, everybody that gave encouragement words during the struggles over the years, you know what I mean? I appreciate all of that. I just want people to be inspired to step up out of the ghetto culture, the mentality which is keeping us back. You know what I mean? I've been there. I know what ghetto culture is. It's a mindset. You know what I mean? Even though I wasn't out there thugging and wilding, I wasn't out there all that mess, but I was still in the hood. You get what I mean? So it's a culture of tolerating. It's like tolerance. You tolerate the dysfunction. You begin to live with it and not wanting to change. You accept it. Oh, we're just gonna be like this. No, there's better life out there, y'all. You know what I mean? There's a better way to live. That's why you can't be a person who just hate people because of their skin complexion. You know what I mean? Because if you're around different groups of people, whether they're white, Asian, black, Hispanic, whatever the case is, you learn different things from different groups of people, man. There's different groups of people to teach us different things. And it's something that I do in terms of I'm not afraid to be around other groups of people. You know what I mean? I'm not really a talkative type of person around other people. I like to be private, like I said. I'm about my business. But I like to be around a diverse group of people because for some reason it's an experience, because you get to see how other people move and how other people live. You know what I mean? Let me see. Shout out to the New York Dad for the 10. Appreciate you for the support. You know, if you guys are into shoes, if you guys are into kicks, the latest news on the shoe community, man, make sure you subscribe to the New York Dad, fam. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. You know what I mean? He's a good brother, family man. Any brother that's a family man is a good brother, man. He's a family man, takes care of his kids. You know what I mean? Anytime you see guys like that, they're official. You know what I mean? It's just like how out here, when I see the fathers out here, I see them playing with their kids. You know, you just see family environment. So I already know a lot of these guys out here, they're official dads. You know what I mean? And see, that's what I was missing from in the hood. It's like I didn't see that. I didn't see no fathers. I ain't see nobody playing with their kids. I never seen none of that. It's like I felt like I'm the only one that's a father in the black community. It's like it was sick, man. But out here, I see fathers with their kids. It's like, wow, it's amazing when you see it, man. You know, they take their family life very important. You know, very, very important. So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here. Again, peace and blessings to everybody. Shout out to everybody out there doing their thing. That's about it, man. I'll be back another time. All right? Yeah, even couples working together. Yeah. Let me see. Bum, ba-da-bum. And if y'all see trolls, man, just block the trolls, man. Don't let trolls sit there feeding the algorithm with bochinche and a bunch of mess. You know? You don't got time for that negative energy, man. Gotta be positive, man. I got no time for all that mess. All right? You say you're soon to be a grandpa. Congratulations, man. That's what's up. Again, make sure y'all subscribe to the New York Dad. You know what I mean? If you into the J's, shoes, dunks, whatever kind of sneaker stuff you're into, you know what I mean? That's his specialty. You know, he'll go down to the stores, politic with the people. He have on different guests that come on the show, different other brothers that are experts, and they have their expertise in the shoe industry, the shoe game. He let them on, let them speak their mind. And that's what's good about his platform, is that he allowed other men to, I guess, share their thoughts and opinions about the shoe game. So if that's your thing, make sure you subscribe to his channel, man. Give him a follow, right? That being said, man, I might take me a nap, bro. I might take me a nap and then get back up. At least 1 hour, 2 hours. But I got to get something to eat, fam. I got to get something to eat. Yo, listen, man. When you're in the hood, you don't have a pantry. Over here, I have a pantry, bro. A large room. Stocked. Never had that before. It's crazy. It's crazy how you could be living one way, thinking you good, and then when you're exposed to something totally different, you realize how much you wasn't really living. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Man. I wonder, do Walmart do home deliveries? Like, I mean, I know you can order stuff, right? But I'm talking about like food and stuff like that. Like, let's say, for example, I want some turkey and some cheese and some other shopping items. Would they be able to deliver that? Like cold cuts, would they deliver? You know, because he said yes. Okay. I didn't know that, because the Walmart that I go to, man, they got some good turkey, man. It's not Boar's Head. It's better. It's better than Boar's Head. I don't know what it is, man. Everything in North Carolina tastes better than New York, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. But being that I'm originally from New York, Brooklyn in the building, you already don't know what it is. I'm always Brooklyn. You know what I mean? But I noticed that in North Carolina, man, the food is different, man. The turkey at that Walmart in the cold cut section tastes real good, fam. And even the bread in North Carolina is different than New York, bro. In New York, when you buy a loaf of bread, the bread tastes like chalk. Over here, it tastes like bread. I don't know what's going on, man. And y'all ain't hearing something else? I was watching on Instagram, something hits New York. I'm not sure if it's a disease or some sort of mess. I'm like, listen, man, I don't know what they running over there, but they doing something dirty, man. They doing something dirty, man. I don't know. I might have to make a video on it. Cause I seen it in my feeds on Instagram. Some sort of outbreak or something along them lines in New York. I'm like, why everything keep happening in New York first? It's because they doing something, man. It's like they trying to test these things on people, man. You know? So we're gonna get up on out of here, man. It is what it is, y'all. Right? He says, anything good when you hungry? Wait. Caramel says, anything good when you hungry? Well, I'm hungry, right? I'm hungry all the time. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, do the women in North Carolina know how to cook? I don't know. You know how in New York, you meet a sister, she don't even know how to cook? You be like, hey, could you fix this? I'm wondering over here, I'm pretty sure they probably know how to cook. Probably. I hope so. That's one of the first things I would be inquiring about. Some southern hospitality. Are you gonna put something on the grill or on the stove? Like, I mean, do they even say stove? I gotta figure it out, man. I gotta figure out the lingo out here, man. What they really saying, man. Why I feel like I've been lifting weights, man. Oh, I have been. I've been lifting all these damn boxes and stuff. That's what it is. Like, I'm feeling like, you know how you feel like you got new muscles developing and whatnot? I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, now I realize all them damn boxes, man. But anyway, we're gonna get up on out of here. Oh yeah, they got a lot of soul food spots in North Carolina, man. Like some all-you-can-eat spots too. You know what I mean? There was one in particular, man, we went to, man. I forgot the name of it. I don't know really the name, but I know the cornbread was slamming, the fish, fries, the chicken. You know, it was real good. You know? Alex says, what's going on? Glad to see you out of New York City. You'll definitely enjoy your scooter rides more. I don't know if you just now joined the show, but I was talking about that. Yesterday was my first official scooter ride in North Carolina. And I'm telling you, it was the best experience ever. Nothing can top the experience, the scenery, the air, the open roads, no potholes. There's hardly ever a red light unless you get to certain areas where there's a red light and you have to stop. But for the most part, it is just continuous, just riding straight turns, going down hills, up hills. I had the most fun ever. It was like going to an amusement park. No cap. The commute from this house to Home Depot was the most fun I ever had in my life on a scooter. It's crazy. Next time I go, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna record it for you guys so that y'all can experience what I experienced. It's gonna be fun to watch. I can guarantee you that. And when I do it, I'm gonna try to do it with 4 cameras at the same time and edit the video. But see, now if I edit a 4K video, it's gonna take forever to upload with this internet service, man. So I gotta really see what's going on with this internet provider and find out. Because there's another service that I can get, but when they come, they gotta do some sort of, what's that thing? They gotta do like this installation underground, with some fiber optic cables. Like they'll come through, because I already did the research and typed in my info, and it says it could be done in this area. But the way they do it, they got to bring out like this wire truck or some sort of truck that it digs in the ground to plant the wire, the fiber optic cable, and hide it underground and lead it to the house. So they got to do that in order to set up shop. But I might go with that company because in my line of work, I need ultra fast upload speeds. The download speed is great, but the upload speed, it sucks. And I'm disappointed about that. You know? So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here, do what we got to do. And that's about it, man. Peace and blessings to the brothers and sisters out in North Carolina. Shout out to Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be out there soon. You know what I mean? Because I still got to take care of some business over there. You know what I mean? I'm going to probably be out there probably like three more times. You know, depending on the situation, I'm going to be out there 3 more times. Because I still got to do some work over there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Right? So, let's get these likes to 1,000, fam. We got like 300 people in the building. Let's get the likes to 1,000. If you like these kind of videos, you want me to make more like this with this particular style, then, you know, put a 1 in the live chat. That way I know that you like these kind of videos. And I'll make more just like this, where I'm just pretty much speaking from the top of my mind about different issues. But I'm going to continue the series about ghetto culture. I don't want my people to be upset when we talk about these issues, because a lot of times y'all keep getting mad at me. And I'm talking to those that don't like the fact that I'm speaking this truth. These videos are designed to encourage you to do better. These videos are designed to inspire you to not be in that same condition. Because like I said, I've been there. You know what I mean? I was in the hood, bro. I know what it's like to have the elevators with piss inside the elevators from time to time. I know what that's like. You know what I mean? So when I speak on these issues, I'm not speaking from a position of, you know, I was always raised, you know, in a big house and never been through no struggle. Fam, I've been right where you are. I've been right where you are. So I know about it. All right? So that's about it, y'all. Catch you on the next one. Ringo TV Reaction. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It is what it is. Be motivated. And shout out to everybody in the 9-to-5 grind. You know, stay focused. Even if your job, you may not like it, be thankful that at least you got a job, you know, and just stack your bread, pay your bills off, your debts, so you can come up in the game. Sometimes it's going to take you like 2 to 5 years to really sacrifice to get your bread together, get your credit right. But it's worth it. If you take the time to invest and just cut everything else off, all the fun, the drinking, the partying, the clubs, even women, just so that you can focus, then do it. Because brothers, a lot of black women are doing that. They're getting themselves together. They're buying homes. They're getting properties, condos, and they're putting their resources together to really establish these things. Sometimes you might have 2 women, and because they can't afford the house by themselves, they both agreed to come together and they put their resources together. They bought a beautiful home together. And, you know, it's risky because, you know, sometimes, you know, you're working with people, it can be risky, but they're figuring ways out to get out of certain situations. Sometimes you got to make different types of moves if you want to move up. But yeah, that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Ringo TV Reactions. We out of here. Rate, comment.